We got doubled down on Great Ace Attorney music. I got the playlist going, and it's like, hey, I'm gonna pick Great Ace Attorney for the next song. So now it's double. Hello. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, good day, sirs and madams and those in between. It is time for more of the Great Ace of Attorney. Apparently I'm in for a fucking treat today. We'll see how this goes. I mean, I saw a little bit of, like, the very beginning in that we're waiting for Susato's dad. So, let's see if something happens. So the elder, Susato. Yeah. Can I have a treat? You can always have a treat. Go get yourself some treat. Those beyond the concept of gender. Yeah. That's it? Are you saying that Jugoku and, I don't, Mr. Susato, who, because I always forget his first name, are fucking? Is that what you're telling me? Is that they're together? Do you know someone who makes music, by the way, that I've already talked to? I don't know anyone, Eugen, that's right. I don't know anybody who personally who makes music. Unfortunately. No. Do you? I don't understand. It's like, is that asking me if I, like, know a guy? Because let me tell you something, I do not know a guy. I'm gonna start making music. Oh! I do know a guy. No, I know a girl. Hey. Gay men and pretty women today. Ah, perfect. What was the first statement that was sad? Because I skipped past it by mistake. Professor Mikotoba is due to arrive at any moment. Women. Yes, I'm so glad that we got here in time. Oh yeah, as a reminder of what happened last time, for those of you tuning in, I was fucking right. And the masked apprentice dude that was with Von Zeeks was Kazuma, our boyfriend. And apparently his dad was a mass murderer here in London, and he got killed for his crimes. But now there's a question of whether or not he actually did do it. Because if it was the case that he was a mass murderer, why would Professor Mikotoba still consider him a friend? So, you know, we'll see. There's one right now. No, she's too young. So the sun hasn't been the same since what happened. Not that I'm surprised. The truth about Kazuma-sama's father. Let's not talk about that in the middle of a public place. Do you suppose my father knew? That he was actually the mass murderer of the professor, you mean? I knew that was something. That's what she was thinking about. There's a good chance, I'd say. I mean, they did come here to London together 16 years ago, didn't they? Yes, that's true. I still think she's pretty. She is pretty. Come to think of it, didn't you say that Professor Mikotoba knew about Kazuma going missing in Hong Kong as well? That's right, but for some reason he wasn't at liberty to talk to me about it. This probably means he knows then about Kazuma showing up here in London with amnesia, and that he's regained his memories now. Oh, there she is! Oh, God! Okay, yeah, Mikotoba, he's cool. But damn. The judge, holy shit, bro. What a stance. All right, like, you're trying to impress all the dudes, aren't you? I mean, you got me. That he's built like a fucking brick house, man. Holy shit. Oh, father. Hello, Susato. How are you? I'm very well, thank you. We're delighted that you arrived safe and sound. Okay, somebody's in the chest. I'm calling it now. Somebody's stowed away in the wardrobe. That's my fucking call. Why else would this be here? God damn. Why does everyone think that? Because it's like it's just, why else would the model be in there? What other purpose is there to the model being made so apparent and like obvious? He just has big clothes for his big body, okay? Alright, well then where's Mikotoba's stuff, huh? Yeah? Where's his shit? Hello, Mr. Naruhodo. Very kind of you to take the trouble to meet us here. Oh, no, not at all. It's my pleasure. We've heard all about your extraordinary exploits here in London, you know. The news has crossed the seas. Being unloaded. It has? I always look forward to reading the monthly reports that arrive with the steamship from Britain. Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much. Who is this man, and why do I feel as though I've seen him before? I take it from your expression you can't quite place me. In that case, how about a little reminder, Seishiro? A firm tap should do it. Yes. A firm tap. What? Here we go, then. Uh-oh. I hereby to pronounce the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, guilty of not remembering me. Ah. Oh! You're... I love how retrospectively we also are wearing the outfit. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. And on his birthday, too. Your Excellency! Hello, Judge Jigoku. How are you? It's been a long time. Good, you've remembered now. That really did the trick. Guilty! Why do you carry your gavel with you? Only I was declared not guilty, wasn't I? There was no laughing at all that time. So, London again after all this time. Hard to believe it's been 10 years. Wait, YouTube is ahead of Twitch? Is it? That's interesting. You maybe like the latency is a little bit behind? I don't know. To be honest, I never thought I'd be back. Neither did I. I didn't imagine Japan would ever be invited to an international symposium like this. Though really, I doubt anyone did, to be honest. It's all thanks to you, isn't it, Seishiro? What are you talking about, Eugen? Of course, Judge Jigoku, he must complete the set. He's the other man who, 16 years ago, came to London with Kazuma's father and Professor Mikotoba. He's the third visiting scholar. 3 of them. Well, all those passport checks and luggage searches at the border took rather a lot of time. I must say, I'm very envious of your ministerial status. You don't have to go through any of that, did you? And you two, no idea for my new VTuber model or lure together will change. You'll be well, I fuck up the space-time continuum. Have fun. I knew you were jealous. Sorry, ministerial status. Yes, didn't you know? Seishiro here is also Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs. What? That's a lot of work. It was his personal insistence that allowed you to take Kazuma's place here on the study tour. Guilty as charged. Oh, well, thank you very much. Really is every bit as important as he looks. Yes. Yes, now, Naruhodo. I received a telegram from Lord Strongheart yesterday. Oh, you did? Did you hear about the fact that I kind of let state secrets out again? It appears that some things came to light in the trial you were involved with 8 days ago. About what happened 10 years ago. That's tragedy. Yes. Could you tell us any more about it? Oh boy, 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 oh boy. Wait a minute. It's a 3D model. Why is it not important enough to even look at? I'm mad. I'm mad about it. I'm mad about it. See, his luggage is still the boat. Yeah, huh? So, how was the voyage here? Well, 50 days at sea is a long time by anyone's standards. But it wasn't as bad as when we first came 16 years ago. No, that's true. Then I truly wonder if we wouldn't be drifting in the vast ocean for the rest of our lives. This time, we followed the same route as you, so we were able to relax and enjoy the experience. Ah, so you stopped in France's beautiful capital, Paris? We did, yes, though only for one night. And yesterday evening we left the port of Dunkirk for Dover. Just in time for the symposium, in fact. It starts tomorrow. It's wonderful that you were invited to attend such an important international event. I'm very proud of you, Father. It's thanks to Shishiro here. 16 years ago, he managed to integrate himself with Britain's Attorney General. I'm sure that's why he was invited. And I suppose you could say I'm something of an appendage by default. Speak for yourself, Eugene. You were close friends with the professor of forensic science in a major hospital. Yes, well, I'd rather not dredge all that up. No. There's been a lot of water under the bridge since then, but it doesn't bring him back. Ozma's father, I suppose. They were definitely sleeping together. Yeah, they were in the same cabin, and unlike how Ryu had to sleep in the closet, they could share the bed with each other. I'm gonna have to get some more to drink soon. The professor, the killer who took the lives of 5 members of the British aristocracy. That was Kazuma's father, wasn't he? That's correct. Genshin Asugi. I knew there was a good reason I didn't want to go into Genshin Impact, other than the fact that they're being really shit to voice actors and not signing AI protections. Fuck them. Genshin. You know, you knew, I presume, Father. If it wasn't indeed the timeline. Yes, he was a close friend at the time. Genshin came to Britain as a police detective. He was studying investigative techniques at Scotland Yard. Never understood what drove the man to commit such heinous acts. It was a closed trial, so the public never knew the truth, and he was executed with little ado. To this day, very few people know what really happened, even in our homeland. But what about Kazuma? Did he know? Did he know the truth about his father? If it didn't break the timeline, I would think that Eugen was Maria's dad. No, of course not. He was told his father passed from sickness. However, I suspect he may have had his doubts. Oh? Why? As you know, I tried to guide Kazuma growing up as if he were my own son. That one day, he came to my office at the university and said, I've decided I want to travel to Great Britain and study there. Do you think he wanted to come here to investigate his father's death? I don't know. I mean, considering what we saw him just do in the courtroom the other day, I get the feeling that might have been the case. But when I looked into his eyes, I didn't know that there was no way I would be able to stop him. That was a really weird way to put that. Something else came to light in the trial the other day, actually. Oh? What? Well, having disappeared in Hong Kong and missing for almost a year, Kazuma's since turned up here in London, working as the apprentice of Lord Von Zeeks. What? What? That's news to us! So, Lord Strongheart's telegram neglected to mention that part then. Yeah, Kazuma woke up, and he slashed his father's wax figure in half. So, as you know, we both thought Kazuma had died on the steamship during our voyage to Great Britain in January. But he didn't die. He's alive, as you knew, didn't you, Father? In actual fact, no. What I did know is that when your ship docked in Hong Kong, he mysteriously vanished. We sent a team of investigators to Hong Kong to try to ascertain what had happened, but to no avail. But he's still alive, and here in London, you say? I never dared to even dream of it. Why on earth did the young man not make contact? The government and the police have been chasing clues fruitlessly for months now. Well, it seems that he was suffering from amnesia. What? Amnesia? That old trope? When we first came across him again here in London, he didn't know who either of us were. I see. He only regained his memory 8 days ago. This is unbelievable. Yes, it's quite miraculous. I wonder why Lord Strongheart didn't let us know. I must speak with him urgently. I wonder how Kazuma's been these past few days. Would it be wrong of us to go and visit him? Oh. Makes perfect sense that he would have thought it. I'm sorry, my brain has disappeared and I don't know what you're referring to. Did I say something? I don't remember saying something. But okay, while my brain is stalled, so it makes perfect sense that with his injury would cause amnesia. Yes. Oh, you're talking about it makes perfect sense that he would have it though. Oh, you put thought. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna go get more to drink, and I'll be right back. Yeah. I just know I'm gonna need it. Lack of blood and oxygen to his brain for an extended period of time. Yeah, no. Him getting knocked out so fucking badly that it seemed like he was dead, causing amnesia, is not surprising. I'm just making the joke that amnesia is one of the oldest, like, jokes. Not jokes. Oldest, like, tropes in existence. That began 16 years ago now. It's a distant memory, really. I would love if this turned into a flashback of the trial against the professor. Because I would love that, but that would completely destroy the mystery of what it is, and I feel like that's gonna be all revealed next case, where all of this comes to a head. But you know, welcome back. It was Eugen here, Genshin Asugi, and myself. We were the original three. Can you send you this like inspo I made? Sure, DM it to me. Rated out of 11. Like, I'm even thinking, walking and thinking properly is a miracle. Yeah. The fact that he woke up after being slammed against a bedpost is a miracle in itself. Like, hitting a bedpost hard enough because it's got that rounded edge, it's like slamming your face into a hammer. So, You know, surprising he even woke up. First judicial scholars from Japan to travel overseas to study. Ocean voyages were not what they are today, I can tell you. 16 years ago. These were tough for their generation. Your father was an exceptionally fine medical student at Yuma University at the time, you know, young lady. Yes, grandmother told me. He went to do research at Great Britain's hospital to study autopsy, particularly unheard of in Japan. Practically unheard of in Japan. Yes, it was an eerie place, sandwiched between the back of a prison and a burial ground. Hey, did you know that your possible friend, Dr. Courtney Scythes, we kind of sent her off into, she's a little in jail right now, probably. That's very good, kiddo. That's super cute. I like it. It's one of the most important yet fragile parts of the spine. Yeah. Not more talk of graves. Very often, there is no one willing to deal with bodies following autopsy work. So you see, autopsy labs have something of an unavoidable relationship with graveyards and prisons. Not my cup of tea at all. Do you remember the Scottish prison governor, Caden? His name was? He was a good man. Yes. Then, of course, on our 6th year here, everything changed in that dreadful case. When Genshin was arrested for a series of most gruesome murders. I simply couldn't believe it. I'd known the man for years. I was witness at the secret hearing, and I tried to speak in his defense, but you went a little too far and ended up facing charges yourself, didn't you? What? Well, suffice to say that after the trial, we were sent back to Japan. There was nothing more we could do to save Genshin. He was a lost cause, sadly. Currently imagining Eugen babysitting Maria and doing the what? Uh-huh. Squad! What do you have? A knife! No! Well, if you'll excuse us now, that explained literally nothing. Yes, I'd like to take this trunk up to my room as soon as possible. Someone's in the trunk. Somebody's in the trunk. Somebody's in there. You can't tell me that somebody's not in there. Just like you couldn't tell me that the masked man wasn't Kazuma. Somebody's in the trunk. Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have held you up for so long. He just starts shaking because he's running out of air in there, whoever it is. Motherfucker, if it turns out that... I had a stupid thought. I had a stupid thought that could possibly happen. We already had one guy come back to life. What if Wilson's in the trunk? I'll call for the porter then. Just wait here. Sato's gone off at a run. I'd like to stay and talk more, but I have various preparations to make for tomorrow. Yes, of course. It must be a big responsibility representing our entire country. I wish you the best of luck. Naruhodo, I hope that you'll keep an eye on Susato for me. Keep looking after her as you obviously have been. Oh, no, I mean, if anyone's looking after anyone, it's her looking after me. Well, I do appreciate you being there for her. After all, I've been a miserable father to her. I've thoroughly let her down. He has given his blessing. Sorry? What do you mean? Well, you see, I abandoned her as a baby because my wife died in childbirth and I just couldn't look at her. So I left her with her grandmother and I ran off to London. If it hadn't been for that situation, I may not have come back as soon as I did. Well, it was 16 years ago that I started my long study tour here in Britain, as you know. The very year Susato was born. Yes, I heard. The birth of my daughter was the most joyous event of my life, but... well, sadly, it was accompanied with the most tragic event in my life, too. Imagine you refused to deliver babies for years after that? Maybe. If he was trained in it, like, if he has that type of medical profession as well. It sounds like he's more on the forensic side of medical professions. Oh, yes. Susato hinted at something like that. It was a rather turbulent time at home. Anyway, I won't bore you with the details. The point is, I became rather less dependable than befits a grown man. And it was then that Soshiro offered me the opportunity to study in Great Britain. I was too worried about you to leave you behind. So perhaps I was a little heavy-handed when it came to persuading you to accompany me to London. So, that's what happened in a nutshell. And that's also the reason why I now feel compelled to give my daughter as many opportunities as I dare. Though the world does not readily afford young women such things, I must say. I completely understand, Professor. After this, I'll get married to her when she's old enough, and we'll go off to California to set up a law office that eventually will inspire my great-grandson to become a lawyer to find his boyfriend, who is a prosecuting lawyer. We'll found the place known as San Francisco. Pretty sure he delivered to Sato. Maybe. Ah, one more thing, Naruto. Have you heard of the Fae Clan? No? You're not to start fake. I'm just joking. I mean, they could go to somewhere and just start up their own thing, and then, you know, it just doesn't get passed down the generations. Also, an ad's coming. Everybody get prepared. If I may be so bold, I have a favor to ask you. Oh, really? Of course. What can I do for you? Gay clan? More like the gay clan. The fuck is good. Hold on. The thing is, I'm sorry that took so long. Hold on. I gotta get something up. There we go. Mr. Sato. Now then, allow us to take your bags. Allow me to take your bags. Why does he have a camera? One moment, if you please, Porter. Of course, sir. Wait. A machine around your neck. It's a camera, I believe. Wait, hold on. Aren't we at the hotel? And isn't that the guy who owns the carriage company? Are we going somewhere else? It's the Guildmaster, yeah. If Fran Maya shippers have it their way. Technically, I don't know if was Mia ever shipped with anybody other than, you know, Godot and maybe Phoenix? Yeah, it looks familiar. He caught me. He lost his job after that. Why him? Well, quite right, sir. Just 5 shillings for a lovely photograph to commemorate a wonderful stay at the hotel, sir. Well, I think given the occasion, we could justify the expense. Ah, yes, of course. Picture. Mia and Lana? As the Beppo's homeless. No! Why is Lana not striking up any bells? And this is why we dual stream. Also to get the VODs onto YouTube, but yes. Lana, what was the last name of Lana? Wait, no, not Southern Girl Lana. Not Southern American Japanese resident Lana, right? They were intellectually attracted? What? I'd like to thank you for coming with me, Mr. Naruto. It really made Father very happy, I think. Oh well, I'm pleased then. But we were interrupted before. Oh, Lana Sky! Oh, yeah. That's why I didn't remember her, because she was literally in one thing ever. And unlike her sister, she, you know, Emma, Lada was the southern one, right? That's right. Yeah, I could see Mia and Lana. Yeah, I could see that as intellectuals. Wait, isn't Naruhodo that Japanese for I agree or some? It's I see in Japanese. Mikotobo was about to ask me something. So return to Baker Street then. I expect Iris will have some delicious tea waiting for us. Yes, let's go. There's a line from Lana saying that Mia was intellectually attracted to her. I don't remember that, but I will take your word for it because I don't remember. I can't see. That's what the YouTube site's for. Getting more and more anxious about Cosmo, though. Perhaps I'll try to meet with Lord Strongheart later and ask it after him. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. New location added. I'm assuming the Great Waterloo. Can we just go to the Lord Chief Justice now and ask about my boyfriend? Awesome. Good. Naruhodo, you're here. You're fired. But I did have a... Huh? Oh boy. The whole case... oh boy, is this whole case for fans. Uh-oh. It's Balrog's husband, and yet he's not here. It's not even that I started too early. Here's the final draft for the opening address for tomorrow's proceedings. I've supplemented your original with the figures you asked for from the yard. I see. Excellent work, thank you. You're welcome, my lord. What's Lord Von Zeke's doing here? I mean, he is a prosecutor. My, there seems to be an awful lot of tension in the air, wouldn't you say? This place is stifling enough as it is. We really don't need any more tension. Hi. My apologies. I didn't notice you come in. Your small stature and dark dress make you all but invisible to me. Oh, no. It's entirely my fault for wearing black, I'm sure. From now on, you must dress in white from head to toe, wherever you go here. Now then, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, my lord. Right here. Kill me now. Something wrong? Perhaps it's a little too hot in here for you. Oh, no, not at all. I mean, I've never experienced a room with such perfect temperature. If you're sure, the beads of sweat carving their way down your face seem to suggest otherwise. Because of the daggers you're staring at me with, mainly. As you're no doubt aware, my International Forensic Symposium begins tomorrow. In fact, your father arrived in London earlier today, I hear, madam. Ryunosuke in Why Panic. Kinda. Also, the guy is just like, oh boy. Yes, that's right, my lord. He's extremely honored to have been invited. I'll leave the remaining preparations of the meeting room in your capable hands, Lord Von Zeeks. I will attend at once. Hey, Von Zeeks. Bye, Von Zeeks. He gave you a very cold stare as he left, didn't he? I know, but I haven't done anything, have I? Not that I'm aware of. These past few days, my feet have barely touched the ground, I must say. Don't look at now. My dedicated right hand of many years was recently put out of action in spectacular fashion. You wouldn't happen to mean, Dr. Scythe, would you? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is your left hand still in service? Sir Naruhodo, he's talking about Dr. Scythe! Ah, of course. I'm terribly sorry about that. I was just, fear not, you've done nothing wrong. Dr. Scythe's own wrongdoings precipitated the situation. You needn't concern yourself with it any further. It would be a lot easier if it weren't for the piercing stare you're giving me. Lord Von Zeeks is doing an admirable job of holding the fort. Though, disturbingly, his apprentice has been missing since yesterday. Oh, missing? What's become of Kazuma-sama now? Sir, what have you done with my boyfriend? But well, let's talk about the Science Symposium first. Doesn't know English is idioms. What? Huh? Not long ago, visitor numbers to the Great Exhibition exceeded 30 million. Jesus. 30 million? Are there even that many people in the world? There's more than that. As a comparison, Mr. Naruhodo, that's the population of the imperial capital of Tokyo is 2 million. I will be opening the International Forensic Science Symposium in the exhibition's main auditorium. The event has been 2 years in the making, 2 years of preparation and negotiation with other countries. That sounds like a tremendous achievement. Congratulations. The 20th century will see the wholesale adoption of forensics investigation techniques. And cooperation between policing organizations around the globe will be essential. Which is why this landmark first symposium had to be hosted here in the heart of our great British Empire. In order that Scotland Yard will become the leading investigation organization in the New World. He's the same as ever, I see. That passion that he has is quite something. Imagine him giddy like a schoolgirl at every advancement. Yeah. You're every bit as passionate in your own way, I'm sure, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm the only person in this country who truly cares about the future that embraces forensic science. It was my intention to become Her Majesty's Attorney General and reform the Yard from the ground up. So the disgrace of the forensics investigation team has been a bitter blow to my ambitions. Yeah, the leader turned out that she was doing some shady shit. I first established the forensics investigation team a year ago. Experimentally, to start with. With Dr. Scythe at the helm, it was steadily accruing an impressive record of achievement. I was on the verge of changing its name and elevating its status to a full-blown forensics investigation department. And can you not do that now? Obviously, nobody wants to hear anything about it at the moment. Even I can't keep the story out of the papers. 6 million Londoners are cursing forensic science now. I mean, just because she did it doesn't mean that forensic science is all bad, but you know, people. This incident will set back our country's advancement in the field by a good 10 years, I'd say. Unintended repercussions of our trial. We simply couldn't have overlooked what had happened, though. Of course not. We should all be grateful to you both. Anyway, I'll still reform this country's policing when I become Attorney General. This might delay my plans, but it won't alter them. Nothing will stand in my way. What did you do with my boyfriend? Where are they? Where are they? About Lord Von Ziek's apprentice. Ah, yes. It came as a surprise to me, I must say, that you and he are old friends. How did he become an apprentice to Lord Von Zieks in the first place? Ah, shit. It came about 3 months ago. An unidentified Asian man was apprehended by border police. They found him hiding aboard a large goods vessel. He was stolen away. Oh my, so he stowed away to get here? He had no papers to identify him, no passport, and he was suffering from amnesia too. Other than the fact that he was clearly of Eastern descent, there were no clues as to who he was. So I decided to assign him to Lord Von Zieks. That way I could keep an eye on him. But then, why the mask? I didn't want to burden Lord Von Zieks with tiresome explanations about why he had an Eastern apprentice, because it would have been so much easier to explain why he was wearing a mask. He's proving to be a great help to Lord Von Zieks. I have high hopes for his future. By the way, do you know where he's gone? No idea, but I believe he left London for the time being. He fucking skipped town?! I take it you also didn't know. That the man's father was one of our country's most infamous criminals, I mean. Genshin Asuki. We actually did know that, so haha! What we've learned from the trial 8 days ago was a huge shock. Finding out my friend's father was... ah yes, Genshin Asuki. The Professor case 10 years ago caused a great stir here in Britain. They were such awful murders, and unprecedented, using a furious dog as a murder weapon. And no one would have believed the culprit was a foreign student invited to study here by the government. So the true identity of the killer couldn't be made public then. And it can't be made public now. Nobody in your country knows it was him, and neither do the citizens of London. The main motivation was to avoid aggravating relations between our two nations at the time, I understand. Correct. However, it has to be noted that there were some supporters of the professor's apparent cause. What? Supporters of mass murder? Supporters of knocking off the aristocracy, which will always exist. You meant you didn't know before. I did know before. I know before I talked to him. That's what I was making the joke of. Majority of the man's victims were a blight on the aristocracy of the day. Somewhat ironically, their deaths actually benefited society as a whole. Or so a fair few thinkers in London believed anyway. Right, I see. It was still murder, wasn't it? It seems very similar, doesn't it? To the idea of the Reaper of the Bailey. Yeah, it does. It's a good comparison. Well, lovely to see you. Happy to talk with you. Mad that you let my boyfriend skip town. I guess we're going back to the house. This is just okay. What was that? A man screaming. In a most unflattering way. Do you think... could it have been Mr. Sholmes? Oh my, I do hope not. I don't dare. I don't dare anymore. Mon ami. Stop this disgraceful display, huh? Who are these people? Look at their hair. It's bright red. I think they must be clients of Mr. Sholmes. Gina! She's still here? Oh, you two. You're coming with me now. Down to the clink. No, not in prison. It is dark and damp and I do not like it. Oh, Boff, the darkness is my friend. I am not scared. But you are always scared of the dark. Shut your mouth, you idiots. I will sit quietly in the dark and plan our next daring heist. Now, tough. He's dead. Gina killed him. We'll finish this down at the yard. Now get him moving. Bye then, Ginny. Have fun. Oh yeah, thanks, Iris. And thanks, you great detective. What the fuck just happened? Left Italian, right French. Yeah. Even though both of them you have freckle and they're ginger. Which is... I'm gonna shut up now. Gina makes a fine detective herself, doesn't she? Oh, Susie and Bruno. I hope Iris is... Oh, hello, Iris. You're home. What the hell? I got distracted by something. Okay. Hold on, I gotta check something. Sorry, just finalizing rent payment. That's all. It's the 1st. Means money's due. What's going on? He was yelling at me. Alright, cool. Bam, 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 bam. I didn't read it. Oh, well, yes. We arrived at the hotel just before he and his friend. Oh, well, that's great news. I hope I'll get to see my daddy again soon. Ah, yes, of course. Dr. John H. Wilson. So, Iris, all that remains now is that the greatest of problems known to man. What did he do? Sholmes, what have you done? But before we can start ourselves with that, I believe some tea is in order. Don't you, my dear fellows? I have to go. I gotta leave. There are some people who can really pull off dark, deep red hair. Sholmes, you are not one of them. Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? They even got his eyebrows. Do I have a crumb or some such on my face? Not so much on your face as on your head, I'd say. Come along then, everyone. I've brewed some lovely special blend. Time for tea. Whatever is going on here today. In that case, let us sit and drink now. For I am in fact expecting a guest later today. Got all of his hair. Are you telling me that his pubes are red now too? I'm so sorry. Mr. Sholmes, who were the two gentlemen that were here before? Oh, just a pair of petty criminals, nothing of significance. Of course, they have to make a living somehow. Yes, it's actually canon. Jesus. And then when the mood takes me, I'm willing to turn a blind eye to all matters of infraction. When the mood takes you? All manners of infractions? But, and such followers set their sights on Herlock Sholmes. Ah, well, that's when their luck runs out. Oh my, you were the target of a crime, Mr. Sholmes? And I quickly devised a plan to entrap them and deliver them to our young detective ally. You should have asked Gregsy to come too. We could have had an arresting tea party. I did send word, but no answer was forthcoming. The man is consummately in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's word for it, I'm sure. Aha! I have it! A bungler! That's the word. It's a good job he's not here to hear you say that. So those redheads have been up to no good. Making some trouble in the neighborhood? I wonder what the men did. What's this about the greatest problems known to man that you mentioned before? Is it another fiendishly intricate case, Mr. Sholmes? How should I best explain it? Are you aware of the theory of evolution by natural selection, perchance? Yes. Well, I think I've heard talk of it somewhere, possibly. It's a revolutionary scientific theory that was newly proposed 40 years ago now. Without her having her sleeve, the book just appears, like, attached to her side. That's pretty good. According to its author, Mr. Darwin, we humans were once apes who lived in the treetops. Wait, what? We were apes? We still are, technically. Indeed! And from that very moment, those apes descended from the canopies to live as humans. It has been our lot to be at the mercy of the greatest problem known to man. Our lot? What is this greatest problem, Mr. Sholmes? Why, isn't it obvious, my dear madam? The problem of rent! Hey, remember that thing I was doing just a minute before? That wasn't a bit. I actually was finishing, like, what little was left over of rent payment. But did you not receive a rather large sum of money from Madame Tuspel's only the other day? Pshaw! A large sum. One potted herb for Iris and a new motor car for me later. And all of it is quite disappeared, I assure you. Honestly, Hurley, you know you squandered it. Well, yes, anyway, 2 days ago, I discovered the answer to man's greatest problems. For the coming month at least. And what's the answer? Why, there's a substantial clue before your very eyes. Don't tell me. Let me see. Humans are sorry creatures, unable to see what is in front of their noses. Let me give you some assistance. Don't look, but observe me very closely. There's one particular feature about my person that has changed. You should notice it in the end, I think. In the end? I mean, it'd be really funny if he's not, actually. It's been stabbing me in both eyes right from the start. From the very beginning of this conversation. Astro Dude. I thought that was timely. Yeah? It wasn't. It's the first of the month. Like, I do like a prepay, but sometimes there's like a little extra that doesn't get covered, so we have to throw in a bit more. I think we might need another clue before we uncover the full answer, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you sure? Thanks for the hint. I'll be tearing my hair out if this charade goes on much longer. The lie! Mr. Sholmes, isn't it about time you told us the truth? Just over a week ago, you said to us, I will now tell you something of the first importance of my dear fellow. Great detectives are wont to lie. It will serve you well to remember that. That case aboard the SS Bruya in January, all part of his grand scheme. Cosmo wasn't killed, and you knew he wasn't dead at the time. So what was really going on? The fellow was unconscious for a very long time. If he hadn't regained consciousness when he did, his life would have been in mortal peril. Of course, a side effect of the prolonged comatose state was amnesia, as you now know. It was a simple enough task to silence the crew, but how? After they'd carried him out of the cabin, I assembled them in the lobby area. Then I made them swear to leave him unconscious and have him unlaid from the ship in Hong Kong as a murdered corpse. Red-haired Sholmes. Hi, Balroth. Oh, how horrible. It was necessary to find some material with which to persuade the crewmen to keep their word, of course. But why? Why do it in the first place? I'll be at the library to elaborate in due course. The Liberty to elaborate in due course. But for the time being, I would like to reassure you. I didn't foresee subsequent events. What events? His disappearance in Hong Kong? Oh! I believe I may have made a gross error in judgment. Mr. Sholmes. Okay. Tea time. Wait, what the fuck? The masked Cosmo wore when he was assigned to Lord Von Zieks as his apprentice. When he cast his side at the trial the other day, I just sort of picked it up. YouTube is actually ahead. Meh. We ought to give it back to him, I suppose. But he has his memory back now, doesn't he? And I can't help feeling that he might turn around and tell me coldly to wear it myself. But isn't he your best friend? I'm starting to think that there's a little thing going on inside of his brain hole. Okay. So... So what now? The board. I haven't touched it in a while, so that achievement's gone. Great news that Professor Mikitova arrived safely, isn't it? Yes, it's wonderful, and the fact that Father has been invited to an important international event really makes me very proud to be his daughter. Your father, Judge Jigoku, us, and Kazuma, of course. There's an ever-increasing number of Japanese here in the Britain's capital, isn't there? Well, yes, I suppose so. Keep looking around, talking, and presenting? I got nothing to present. But London does have a population of 6 million people, so I think we're still a minority. Susato-san's father, who came here as a visiting student 16 years ago, and Kazuma. It's almost as if some great power has been at work drawing them here across the ocean to London. And I feel as though the waters are starting to swell again now. Something happens once you talk about everything. I mean, I did talk about everything, I thought. I don't understand who I haven't talked to yet. That's full. There's something on the couch. Ah, shit. Oh, I think I see it just right behind Sholmes. This looks like the last week's edition. An article circled in red ink here. And it's an advertisement column. It says... The Red-Headed League. Oh, the Red-Headed League? What's that? I don't know. I've never heard of it before, but... Is something on my face? Clearly this has something to do with that lively hair. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hurrah! The Red-Headed League, on account of the bequest of the late Ezekiel Hopkins of Lebanon, PA, USA, there is now another vacancy open, which entitles a member of the league to a salary of £4 a week for purely normal services. All red-headed men who are sound body and mind. I'm sorry, Sholmes, you can't. You don't qualify. You're not of sound body or mind. And above the age of 21 years are eligible. Apply in person in the morning of the 31st at the large park on Lime Street. Get £4 per week if you are a redhead. Huh. Disability check, but for ginger people. Yeah. Alrighty, buddy. What the hell is this? It looks as though someone's circled an advertisement in the paper, Mr. Sholmes. To the Red-Headed League. Does that strike you in some way? I was thinking just maybe it might be related to your bright red hair. So, at last you've learned to apply my methods, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry. In the first instance, and quite indispensable observation, believe me, I could have seen that hair with my eyes shut. So then, allow me to regale you with the details of my latest exploits. Regale or boast? So what is the Red-Headed League, which seems to be the subject of the advertisement you circled? You've noticed in the paper, then, that my dear fellow was going to be the source of this month's rent payment. It was? How? According to the advertisement, a Red-Headed League is a distinguished institution of fellows of unspecified governance. In fact, the only condition of becoming a member is having red hair, being of sound mind and body, and over the age of 21. That doesn't entirely surprise me. But listen to what the lucky redheads received once they joined. An unconditional salary of £4 a week. Oh my, £4 a week? But why? What are they paying people for? That I don't know. No details are given in the advertisement. But surely every redheaded person in the country would be flocking to join if that's the case. You're right, Susie. There's no time to lose. I'll put in my application at once. So will I, just on the off chance. That might be a stretch point, I think. The trouble is, they have a fixed number of members, you see. Oh, I see. So once a certain number of people have joined, no one else can. As luck would have it, one member recently passed away. It wasn't particularly lucky for the redhead in question, I feel, Mr. Sholmes. So you decided to try and join in his place? Correct. I mean, look at me. Have you ever seen such a red-headed fellow? No. So why did they have to get... why did it have to go so wrong? What on earth happened? A blunder, Mr. Naruhodo, though it pains me to admit it. What did you do? What did you actually do to your hair, Mr. Sholmes? I'm glad you asked, Mr. Sato. What you see atop my head is neither dye nor a hairpiece. I changed the color of my hair overnight by the wonders of chemistry. Chemistry? I was conducting some research into the method of rejuvenating spent tea leaves. And in the course of my work, I stumbled upon a potion that, when taken, turns one's hair aflame like red. Would you like to try it? It will make every hair on your body perfectly crimson. I think I'll pass. There it is. Mr. Sholmes, is it quite safe to drink? Surely it's bad for you, isn't it? Amateurs are always hampered by such fears. Oh, I should never have doubted you, Mr. Sholmes. You mean to say I have cancer now? But of course! To earn £4 per week, one must be prepared to turn a blind eye to a little danger. That's a degree of red signals, more than just a little danger, surely. So anyway, Hurley left full of confidence yesterday with his new red hair. For the park on Lime Street, where the Red-Headed League were interviewing prospective new members. So what went wrong? The whole park was choked with red-headed folk like a coaster's orange burrow. What the hell? I queued for 8 hours solid before at last I reached the front. But when the panel of interviewers saw me, they immediately said, "Ah, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Are you in disguise to conduct an investigation?" A wagon full of oranges. Ah. So naturally, I had no choice but to reply, "Shh, don't give me away." After which, I could do little else but turn and leave. Then this morning, when I looked in the mirror, irritation stirred within me. Now I turned that pair into the police. Oh dear, what a disaster. For Hurley and those two redheads. Ding-a-ling-a-ling! Aha! Here's my guest now. My latest client with money to spend. Oh, I do hope it's an exciting case, Hurley. Remember, Iris, we are here at present gripped by the greatest problem known to man. I must be willing to accept any case, no matter how unstimulating, save locating a runaway, of course. Don't spare anyone's feelings, will you? Oh dear. I'm afraid Hurley can lack a little tact, especially just before the rent is due. Oh. Oh, hey! Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, please, oh please.
I'm going balls deep!
My God, Raph. Calm down. Yes, she's hot, but goddamn, dude. Hey, look, a runaway. And she's married. Please find my husband. He's run away. Uh-oh. Just kidding. She's married with kids. To upset me. I beg your pardon. Never mind. A personal matter. My apologies. What exactly are you trying to say, Mr. Naruhodo? I didn't say a word. Come, my dear madam, be seated. Iris, some tea, if you please. Of course. Calm down. She writes gay fanfiction. What's the matter, Mr. Sato? Oh, it's just that gentlewoman. I feel sure I've seen her somewhere before. Very recently. Yeah, now that you mention it. Hello, ma'am. As I explained earlier, my name is Evie Vigil. Ever Vigil? I implore you to take the case, sir. Money is no object. Simply name your figure. Money and wealth are of little consequence to me, madam. Being offered a case to solve is reward enough. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you're a picture of benevolence. I will, of course, make a mental note of your offer, however, for contingent reasons. By the way, she's Irish. Avi. Like every. Just without the bar. Yeah, so, yeah, okay. Ever vigilant. Yeah, got it. Had to make up for missing Maria. Ah. I trust that you will remember your words also. If I might inquire, sir. Hi. This gentleman and lady would be... Oh, me? What I'm about to tell you, I should like to communicate in the strictest confidence, you understand? These are my friends. I assure you, you may say before this pair anything which you may say to me. I see. I can vouch for the gentleman personally, after all. He is hard of hearing. Why did I ever get my hopes up? Huh? Why am I asking her the question? Hi, Miss Mitchell. The duality of that statement, right? Forgive me for asking, Miss Vigil, but have we met somewhere before? Quite recently, perhaps? Oh my! Pshaw, my dear fellow, what is your intention? Clearly you have no ability to differentiate the facial features of the English. If you wish to invite the lady to tea, you must do so in a more gentlemanly fashion. Is it possible that you're the nice young lawyer from the trial I attended last week? That'd be me. I knew I recognized her. In all honesty, that trial had my favorite jury so far. Like, yeah, a lot of them definitely had some biases, but they actually shut up and didn't make a judgment until it was like we were pulling, like, it seemed like we were obviously pulling out of our ass. Like, for real. They only made a mass judgment when we pulled out the wax figure and said, he was in the balloon. And they're all like, the hell? That's my favorite jury so far. To have a man's fate in the palm of one's hands. Oh gosh, oh golly, sent shivers down my spine. I don't quite recognize her because she was acting so differently now. That must be very difficult for you as a lawyer. Being hard of hearing, I mean. Pardon? Oh dear, I'm so sorry. Don't worry if you can't hear. It was so frippery, really. Nothing more. Now look what you started, Mr. Sholmes. Thank you very much. I believe it would be prudent of you to sit quietly in the corner. Yeah. What happened to the husband, though? My beloved can range from a comfort character to a what the fuck until my hips fracture. What the hell? A what the fuck? Oh my god. Wait, hold on. You can say fuck again in YouTube chat? What's going on? I didn't do anything between the last stream and this one, so I don't know what the hell happened. Well, congratulations, guys. You can say fuck on YouTube again. Tell us about your husband, madam. Mr. Virgil, my daily is 40 years of age. Here's a photograph. Blaney, a little dapper little guy. An entirely unremarkable gentleman, but by appearances at least. How long have you been married? It'll be 15 years this year. Oh, nice. We have a cordial relationship, and my husband's income is more than adequate, so we live quite comfortably. As it would appear. I need only look at you to know these things. She absolutely pegs him. No question. Oh gosh! Your dress is the latest style, and your hair clearly is... your hat clearly regularly groomed, and your eyes are animated. In short, you have no inkling as to why your husband might have disappeared, correct? That's right. He's a kind man with a strong sense of loyalty, and he rather dotes on me. Which would point to the possibility that he has become embroiled in some incident or other. Oh, that's exactly what I fear must have happened. Mr. Sholmes, I'm quite beside myself. My husband's employment is somewhat unusual, you see. What if he incurred some miscreants' ill will? What exactly is your husband's line of work? He's a warder at the prison. A guard? That's somewhat unusual. He's a prison warden! Foolish Dante's foolishness. Susato was say that we... oh, God. So your husband is a prison warder. That's right, yes. Well, in actual fact, he's the chief warder. Indeed, I see. Warder, not warden. I know, but I wanted to say warden because I felt like it. I understand. I know, Raph. Let me make jokes, damn it. Shu Takumi won't let me, and I gotta make them where I can. Indeed, I see. Well, a chief prison warder certainly qualifies as something of a specialist occupation. Yes, it does indeed. My poor husband must prepare those dreadful punishments and see that they're carried out. Dreadful punishments? Does she mean capital punishments? And as such, he must occasionally spend a night or two in the prison dormitory. But for that extra responsibility, he's remunerated more handsomely than the other warders. Of course, we make no mention of my husband's work to the neighbors. Yes, I believe your prudence is justified. Tell me, at what prison is your husband engaged? Barclay Prison, Mr. Sholmes. Really? Barclay? A fine establishment. If I'm not mistaken, there's a large cemetery just behind it. Blinks rapidly. Like Mr. Perfect Cell, you know what I'm about. Yes, that's correct. Lowgate Cemetery. No. Lowgate Cemetery? The very place we were discussing in court? That's unbelievable. Unbelievable, my dear fellow. And yet...
At first you had my curiosity, but now you have my erection.
Don't get hard over a cemetery full of dead bodies. Come on, Raph. Pack it in a little bit. Come on. Unbelievable, my dear fellow, and yet undeniable. Sorry, Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid you lost me. Pay no heed, madam, pay no heed. I was just making my point. I'm just saying that time, and this can't really be a coincidence, can it? Has he been buried alive? So the matter of your husband's disappearance. When did you realize he was missing? Not an necrophiliac, but I am a sadist. Please, try not to laugh. It was yesterday. I'm sorry, yesterday? That's really recent. Laughably so. The truth is, my husband does at times have occasions to spend the night away for his work. It's not at all out of the ordinary for him to not return at home again, but this is different. For him to not make any contact for a whole day, that was certainly never happened before. Oh, my dear Dolly, whatever could have happened? My dear Miss Virgil, please calm yourself. Now then, Have you contacted the police? Why, naturally! But sadly, they refuse to listen to my pleas as my husband has only been missing for 1 day. I was asked to wait patiently at home. In truth, Miss Vigil, I concur with the police. However, let us not be hasty. I see no reason why we shouldn't engage my deductive powers to track down your husband down anyway. Oh, thank you, Mr. Sholmes. And furthermore, let me assure you, a chance to solve the greatest problem known to man for another month has no bearing on my decision. I seek only to put a sweet smile on Londoners' faces. That's really all there is to it. You have my eternal gratitude. I shall pay any sum you care to mention. You seek only to put this sweet's rent in your landlady's purse. That's all there is to it. Didn't know I'd be joining the great freaky attorney stream. I mean, it's no better than you anytime Von Seeks is on screen, Balroth. So, I mean, you know, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones is all I'm saying. Thanks for everything you've shared with us, Mr. Vigil. I believe I have all the information I need to begin my investigation. Oh, please, report to me soon with good news, sir. Fear not, madam. In a day or two, I shall be contacting you with a heartening report, I'm quite sure. So soon? Oh, how splendid, Mr. Sholmes. Good news should be delivered early, I always say. If you would be so kind as to leave a photograph of your husband in my possession. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yes. Yes. Uh-huh. Not as open about it as I've seen, I've seen it, little bro. I'm not this publicly freaky about Var. Still have Christian guilt, okay? So she pegs him, yeah. Thank you. Allow me to show you the door. I can't thank you enough, Mr. Sholmes. You've been simply marvelous. You know, I think it every time, Hurley. But how do you know, how do you come out with such nonsense? Good news is in a day or two? Are you sure? I can't be sure, of course, but then I didn't swear on it. Laughs in Catholics. Believing you're born with sin. Yeah. I merely gave the good woman some hope. I hope to be able to give her good news, one might say. After all, the rent must be paid by end of day tomorrow. And if by that time I successfully locate Mr. Vigil, we shall be mutually relieved. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Don't look at me with those pleading eyes. Well, my dear fellow, did you hear the details of the case? Yes, my hearing is surprisingly good, actually. Excellent. And what did you make of it? I was surprised that her husband worked at Barclay Prison, I mean. So you noted that. Of course, especially with the mention of Lowgate Cemetery. Lowgate Cemetery is at the rear of the Barclay Prison, so it is renowned amongst us students at the university for being haunted by the ghosts of condemned convicts. Barclay Prison is where that notorious man was incarcerated, the Professor. And now a warder from the prison has mysteriously disappeared, it would seem. It's all very particular. Indeed. But nothing you can't handle, I'm quite certain, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry. Run along to the prison and see what you can glean, would you? It's the prison's governor you want. No doubt the man is equally worried. But aren't you going to go yourself? Surely you needn't ask. I can't possibly be seen with this hair! But didn't you go to Lime Street with that hair? That was quite a different matter. So I leave it in your capable hands. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm rather busy. Of course you are. We just hear him crashing around in the background, trying to find a way to fix his hair. Oh, boy. Barclay Prison on the outskirts of London. Backing onto a lowly, brutal graveyard. This doesn't look like Lord Farquaad's. Yeah. Its four high outer walls loom quietly before us in the fog. Having requested a meeting, we were shown to the governor's office at the Watchtower. What the fuck? You know, the guillotine clock caught me off guard. The poor bird in the tiniest possible cage it could be placed in is even worse. What the hell? Oh, he's big. Ugh, God. This place is full of hardened criminals. I cannot remember the last time a civilian was done here. And you didn't want to talk to an inmate, but me? Armstrong, is that you? Do you know who I am? I'm the governor, Barry K. Oh, yes, it's a pleasure. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo, defense lawyer. And an Easterner, I see. Does that mean, yes, I'm a visiting student of law from the Empire of Japan. Japan! Did you say Japan? Yes. There's no your kind here, laddie. Maybe you should try the prison next door, eh? I didn't notice another prison next door, sir. Anyway, fuck. Anyway, we can ask you some questions about. I didn't like to be so direct, but I've no intention of speaking with the likes of you suspicious-looking Easterners. He's racist as hell, Your Honor. Now, get out of my head. And so as soon as he finds out that we're from Japan, he reacts like this. That surely means. I think it's because of the professor case. You think so too? 10 years ago, Genshin Asugi, also known as the Professor, was incarcerated at the prison. And then, after his execution, he apparently re-emerged from his grave in the cemetery behind the prison. I might have known. You're sniffing around about that case, aren't you? Your agents, eh? Part of Professor's great web, no doubt. No, not at all. We're just... get going with you. Before I punch your lights out. We're going. Clearly the ghost of that killer still haunts this place. We're not going to get anywhere here. Not unless we can somehow prove to the man that there's nothing suspicious about us. Governor Kaidan? What are you thinking, Mr. Sato? I feel sure that name came up in a conversation recently somewhere. I was wondering if whoever mentioned him might have some ideas on how to help. Come to think of it, I have the same feeling. What? Huh? I don't remember his name coming up anywhere. Governor Kaidan, could you at least show you this? Oh boy, I have 3 exams today and tomorrow. No. Well, we'll be wrapping up today pretty soon. I would say within the next hour, maybe hour and a half. How many times is the man gonna turn his back? This would be funnier if Susato was in her normal outfit. Yeah. I said get out! Okay. Who? Eugen. Ah. Hey, Dad. You seen where Eugen is? Yeah, it's Professor Mikotoba over there. Ah, hello, you two. I was just taking a moment to catch up on the world now that I'm unpacked. And where's Judge Jujigoku? He is Eugen. Glued him to the seat, making stuck. Ah, he's not relaxing sort. Guys, I fucking remembered. Leave me alone. He's taking himself off to pay his respects to all the legal bigwigs. Having only just arrived in the country today. Goodness, he's full of energy. Professor, you mentioned something before about how you'd known the prison governor at Barclay Prison. Oh, Governor Cade, you mean. So it is the same man. Father, we must speak to with the governor. But he refuses to talk to us. He said we were suspicious Easterners. Well, I'm sure if I accompanied you, it'd be a very different story. Oh, would you? That would be wonderful if you have the time now. Sadly, as you can see, I'm very busy at the moment. Busy drinking coffee on a comfortable seat. Now, I have rather a lot to prepare for tomorrow, you know. Oh, sorry. I didn't say that out loud, did I? Mikotobas are alarmingly good at reading people's thoughts. Or could it be that you Naruhodos are alarmingly bad at hiding your thoughts? I think it's the latter. His daughter is right there. Let's not fall out now. I have an idea. Scribble noises. What's he writing on that piece of paper? There's a letter of introduction for you. Hopefully, when he sees his my name, he'll change his tune. Ah, thank you. Letter of introduction has been entered into the court record. This is why Phoenix is constantly being read. Yep. Good luck then. Professor Mikoto has wonderful handwriting, doesn't he? This dark-suited young man is not in the least bit untrustworthy. Is it just me? Or did that make me sound extremely untrustworthy? I do wish he'd at least call you a nice young man. I'm really not sure what would help. Oh. Oh, it looks like someone's steamship ticket. The SS Groose, first class cabin, 001. Yokohama departure 11th of September, London arrival on the 1st of November. So that's the boat that Professor Mikotoba and Jojigoku came on from Japan, is it? Yes, I think it's called at Dunkirk and the north coast of France for a night before finally arriving in Dover. Yeah, to think it's been almost a year since we arrived in Dover on the SS Bruya. Yeah, it seems a shame not to keep your ticket as a memento of the trip, don't you think? Yes, I agree. I have mine safely in my diary, and I keep mine in my wallet, so I have it with me at all times. Oh. Well, how strange. Where could it have gone? Are you... Are you like this on purpose, Mr. Naruhodo? Did I imagine it, or was that that comment accompanied by a little sigh? Details of the ticket have been updated. Why is this going to be important? Scott the Woz! He's good. He's a lot of fun. Why is knowing that this was written on the back of a fucking steam passenger ticket going to be important? I don't like how that... what? It updated! What do you mean it won't be? Okay. Well, I gotta make a quick trip to the bathroom. So we're gonna leave you guys with the music. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Back to the prison. If you cast your eyes over this, Governor Caden, what's this then? You cannot pull the wool over my eyes, you good-for-nothing Japanese student. Migatoba. That young jock from the forensics laboratory? That Migatoba? Yes, exactly. Him. Oh dear, perhaps I should have said something sooner. I'm Yujin Migatoba's daughter, Susato. Jinx! You're the young man's daughter? What in... and you didn't think to mention that before? I do apologize. Alright, well, you'd best take a seat then. Can I offer you a cup of tea, perhaps? He's got little fucking handcuffed cookies. That's good. Yujin definitely got around. Yeah, he did. What? I left for a moment. You didn't miss anything. I went to the bathroom. It may have been more obvious if she was wearing her family crest. Nah. Don't forget to try one of these wee handcuff biscuits. Your father's influence is nothing short of amazing. I bitterly regret not announcing who I was from the outset then. He definitely bakes those with for his staff members. Yeah. So then, what can I do for you, Ed? Well, we're currently investigating a case. It's one of your warders. You see, he's gone missing. Missing? That's right. But surely, it's surely been reported to you as well, being the prisoner and governor. I heard nothing of the sort. There's no missing persons in my prison. Oh? But how can that be? Mr. Daily Vigil? Your chief warder? Eh, Vigil! That's right. His wife came to us and asked us to investigate his disappearance. Skip the part about him only going missing yesterday for now. Is he dead? Clearly that means something to him. Would you be so kind as to tell us what you know, sir? Aye, of course. Alright, well, 1 second now. I just want to take a quick look at this poor bird. I never expected to find a parrot in a prison. It must be the governor's pet. Given where we are, it's hard to see that the poor creature is a prisoner. Or not to. Let me out! Didn't kill me! Ah! Has that bird learned to mimic the plaintiff's cries of the inmates? Gosh, no. He's one of 3 siblings, you see. And he still calls out the names of his old brothers, his 2 brothers like that all the time. Right. Let me out! Didn't kill me! I hear you, laddie. You want your dinner, do you? Did nay, do it. Oh. Should be able to finish this investigation day. How much longer do we have? Because I have a hard out at 2 o'clock. So, which is about an hour from now. We understand that Mr. Vigil is the chief warder here at the prison. Aye. That he was. Strong sense of responsibility, dedicated to the job, no doubt about it. He's a fine worker. Sorry, did you say was? Aye. He doesn't work here no more. He left the job. Oh my! You should be able to finish by then. Alright. Then, when was this exactly? There's a question. What was it about? It can't have been much less than 10 years ago now. You don't say. What? 10 years ago? He stopped working here 10 years ago? Aye. As I mind it, Do you ken? I haven't heard the fella's name in all that time. It's a worry if he's gone missing, though. But Miss Virgil made no mention of that. Vigil. Thanks. I think perhaps Mr. Naruhodo that his wife simply doesn't know? I think she's unaware that he no longer works here. Governor Caden, can you tell us what happened? Why did Mr. Vigil give up his job here? That's important, is it? Yes, I believe it may be. What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo? I can't help wondering, given that it was 10 years ago. Ah! Which was exactly when the professor was being held at the prison. EV Daily Vigil, Everyday Vigil. Ah, I get it. So, Mr. Vigil actually resigned from the prison chief warden 10 years ago, you're telling us. What happened to him to make him leave the job? In actual fact, he didn't leave the job willingly. He had no choice in the matter. You mean he was dismissed? It was after a particular walk. Sorry, a walk? Aye. That's our word here for it. A walk to the gallows. An execution. It's the job of the chief warden to prepare the gallows tree and oversee any executions, you see. Only, Vigil did something unthinkable on the last walk he was manning. What did he do? I'm sorry, but I cannot reveal that information. But I can tell you that it's very rare for a chief warder to be relieved of his post. Why wouldn't Miss Vigil know about it? She appears to be under the impression that her husband still works here. Wouldn't they ken anything about it? That is so hard to read, I'm afraid. Can you perhaps answer one question about the circumstances of his dismissal? And what would that be, Ed? The last execution that Mr. Vigil was responsible for overseeing. Was it by chance the professor's? My thoughts exactly. I'm sorry. I really am. But I'm not at liberty to answer that, which is by in itself an answer, meaning that yes. Ken means no. Oh, no, I understand. It's just hard for my brain to process it when I'm trying to read it. Like, that's the problem. I get what they're saying, but I'm sitting there trying to read it, and it's going into my brain and then hitting the filter in my mouth and going when it tries to come out. I see. So he's the guy who kind of accidentally fucked up. My father came to Britain all those years ago in order to study forensics medicine. But you seem to have been well acquainted. The dead room, the prison, and the cemetery have a lot we do one another. After all, they need fresh corpses for forensics research. Do you, Ken? Yeah. Yes, I can imagine. The advancement of medical science isn't always particularly palatable. Your father worked in the laboratory just on the far side of the graveyard. In the basement of St. Sinners. It's still in use today. St. Sinners. It's come up before, I'm sure. Yes, that's right. We've been there. Ikitoba and I have to use the ride in a carriage together and negotiated terms. For more fresh material, I suppose. Aye. And we used to sit in here for hours and gab about dissections and all sort. It just takes me back. Over a pot of tea and a plate of cough biscuits, of course. How charming. Why is steam emanating from all sides of the cup? Like, can you guys see that? It's like, it's not just coming out of the top of the cup. It's like pushing through the model itself. Okay. a good fellow, your father. Reliable and dead set on his work. But I'm afraid I'll never understand you Japanese. Because of Genshin Asagi, I suppose. I would let Eugen yap about dissections. Sure. I mean, it has to be fascinating. Well, fuck off then. Can't tell you anything else. Thank you so much for your time, Governor. Oh, one moment before you're away, Anne. He's got an axe on his... Okay. I'm sure I'll have it here somewhere. Ah, found it. Here, take this as a wee souvenir of your visit to the prison. What is this? It's Vigil's dismissal notice. It's 10 years old now, of course. Oh my, are you sure? Aye, it's no trouble at all. It's the original mine. Okay. Thank you very much, Governor Caden. Well, in return, get out of me house. Do me a favor and never come back here. That case is closed. Well, I think we ought to return to Baker Street for the time being. Yes, I agree. We need to report back to Mr. Sholmes with what we found about Mr. Vigil. What will we tell Miss Vigil, I wonder? Chief Order Daily, Vigil is relieved of his post with immediate effect of having violated Clause 132 of Her Majesty's Court of Conduct for prisons. All rights to rudimentary pay and other financial benefits are fully revoked. Aiding and abetting the escape from this prison of convict just prior to his execution. Details of this escape are still being investigated. Full cooperation with inquiries will be expected. Indications are that the jailbreak plot was conceived prior to the convict's incarceration. It is believed the convict engaged in some form of negotiation with prison staff in order to secure assistance. Full disclosure of information regarding these negotiations will be demanded. So we have a situation that, because of what was previously established, that there is one of two things that could have been going on. Either the current established portion is that Genshin was actually killing people and killing the aristocracy, and he was getting help from those who believed in his cause within the prison to try to break him out before his execution. Or he was being framed, much like Ryunosuke was at the very beginning of this game series, and there were people who knew he was innocent and wanted to get him out before he was executed when he didn't deserve it. We'll see where the game takes us. We're back! Hello, you two? I thought you'd be back before long, so I baked some scones for us. Ah, so that's what the delicious... Well, you're getting there. Greetings, my dear fellows. You've returned a good deal sooner than I was anticipating. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Say nothing. Your thoughts are written all over your face in any case. It turns out that it may have been advisable to test my hair color restoration tonic before application. Oh my. I mean, you know, the blue looks better on him than the red does. Pray tell. Now, what of our warder friend? Have you garnered some new information? Oh, yes. Something very surprising, in fact, though. It's not a patch on your hair, to be honest. Most certainly isn't, but still, we discovered that... Sholmes! Hey, Gina. Drop everything, Sholmes. This is very important. Gina? I can't Adam believe it. What happened? What's happened? Clearly a very grave matter indeed. For Miss Lestrade made no mention of my hair whatsoever. It's the boss. What do you mean? Inspector Gregson? The boss he's dead! Say psych. Say psych right now. You say fucking psych right now. What? They just found his body, shot with a pistol. What? Say psych right now. But Inspector Gregson, he was murdered? No, not Gregsy. Come in, my dear girl. Tell us the whole story. Are you serious, Gina? Inspector Gregson he was really shot? I don't know much about what happened myself yet. They're still there, investigating the scene. Where did this take place? A little rent room in a building full of flats on Fresco Drive. Street, whatever. Outskirts of town. Nowhere near his home. He was perhaps investigating a case then. The thing is, no one at the yard knows nothing about no cases around there. Oh, how strange. The boss he was so good to me. And I know I ain't up to much yet, but one day I was gonna show him I'd become a proper detective. Oh, Jenny. So, who did this? Do you have any ideas who the culprit is? They got him already. Already? They've caught the shooter so soon? A witness reported something was going on, and the boys got straight down there and took care of him. Who? What awful person did this? I still can't believe it myself. Gina, don't. Thank you. Don't. I have a bad feeling. I have a really bad feeling. It was the Reaper. Von Seeks? wait. Are we going with, like, the literal Reaper? Wait a minute. You don't mean they've arrested Lord Von Seeks for this? That's right! Yes! Sorry, I sound excited that he's the one that was arrested. I kind of am, because it means that we're gonna have to defend his ass in court. Oh boy. Turnabout Compliance 2.0. You're damn right. I was hoping for this. I knew that he had to be behind bars next. That's right. That Reaper blows gone and shot the boss. No, Lord Von Seeks? It's so funny. Who did you think it was? I had a very terrible feeling that it might have been either Yujin or Jigoku for a moment. I'm not gonna lie. Because obviously whoever they arrested isn't the real person who did it. Are you quite sure, Miss Lestrade? It's Barrack Von Seeks the police have arrested? I saw him with my own eyes. In an interview room in the yard. I don't believe it. Who's gonna stand trial against him? We're finally getting a new prosecutor. Is it gonna be Kazuma? Or is it gonna be, like, fucking Lord Strongheart? Like, what? We don't know any other prosecutors. But there were witnesses, and they're all saying it was him. So you mean there was actually multiple witnesses? Listen, he may be an asshole, but he wouldn't kill anyone. Oh, no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I knew whoever it was that was arrested was going to not be the actual murderer. Yeah, they brought in Ayuchi for this. They wanted a specialist from outside the country. I heard the gunshots, apparently. And when our lot got to the scene, It was only the boss and the Reaper bloke in the room. There's no way Lord Von Zieks would have taken Gregson's life. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it either. Thank you for informing us, Miss Lestrade. This really is the most terrible news. I'm dreadfully sorry. What are you saying sorry for? You didn't do nothing. Well, anyway, I'm taking a cab over to the scene right now. Please come in all. As soon as you can. You got out. No. The case goes places. It's going places. It's a detective's lot to appear wherever some sinister plot has unfolded. Little wonder we all look haggard. Sometimes these things are almost too much for the nerves. Mr. Sholmes. What use is there in being a great detective if I fail to see something like this coming, huh? How could I not... how could I let this happen to Gregson? To Gregson! Mr. Naruhodo, I shall leave at once to begin my investigations. Of course, yes. We will too. It would be helpful if you could talk to Mr. Reaper and see what you can glean. I'm sure you were intending to do so anyway. Until later, then. Bam, bam. Inspector Gregson dead. Lord Von Zieks arrested. Bruno! Susie! I've called you a handsome. It's waiting outside. Thank you, Iris. Shall we, Miss Susato? Yes! Alright, let's go see our big boy in prison. Also, suicide warning for next time. Oh, fun. I don't know why that's so funny. I don't understand. I don't understand why. Like, it's just so funny to see him over there like that. Like, oddly graphic depiction. Yeah, there he is. Lord Von Zieks behind bars. So it's true. He really was arrested. He's sitting with his back to the wall reading something. I don't think he's noticed us. Lord Von Zieks. Hi. Fancy meeting you here. Yeah. The last place on Earth I'd like to be, with the last person on Earth I'd like to see. I couldn't very well not come. We heard what happened, that Inspector Gregson was... Go home. This has nothing to do with you. But... Forgive me, Lord Von Zieks, but I must disagree. Inspector Gregson was very helpful to us on a number of occasions. We're indebted to him. At the very least, we owe it to him to find out the truth about his death. You must help us with our investigations, please. There's really nothing I can tell you. What were you just reading on the back of the cell there? Was it something related to the case? Yes, I've been told that I'm expected to prosecute myself. You see, I needed someone to defend me as I tried to argue the fact that I actually killed the man. God, I shouldn't make jokes. That probably is what's gonna happen. This? Who's to say he didn't actually do it? I mean, you never know. The yard was, isn't quite so cavalier with its information as to share the case details with the suspect. This is a letter from an old acquaintance. Oh? Who might that be? Someone you know, as it happens. Albert Harebrain. Of course, yes. I keep forgetting that they went to the same university. There's enough room between the bars to give him a guess. Edgeworth basically prosecuted himself in the latter half of Turnabout Goodbyes. I don't know if he specifically prosecuted himself. He just tried to admit to it. Like, he just tried to admit to killing his father when, you know, that's really stupid and you shouldn't believe your fucking memories like that. Especially if it's just in a dream. And I would like to read my correspondence in peace. So let's get this over with, shall we? What is it you want to know? Strange. I mean, let's face it, Lord Von Zieks never minces his words. But they seem to have less bite than usual somehow. Wapple! Can you at least tell us your side of the story, Lord Von Zieks? What happened? How much do you already know? We know that the inspector was shot dead in a small rented room in Fresno Street. And that you were found there by the police when they arrived on the scene and immediately arrested. We were told that there was nobody else in the room, and that some witnesses heard the gunshot. And you're well informed. And there's really nothing I can add. The truth is, I don't know what happened myself. He was drugged! What? The gunshot? Obviously you didn't fire the gun, did you? I'm not in the habit of shooting the people I work alongside. I also heard the noise, however. Before I had a chance to investigate, I was apprehended by the arriving officers. So he doesn't actually know what happened. If I might ask, what were you doing in a place that place to begin with? I don't need to answer that. Oh. After all, you're not representing me. He's gonna need a lawyer, though. Von Zieks, I get on one knee, and I ask, may I be your defense? Who's going to be representing you in court, Lord Von Zieks? Anyone other than you, I should imagine. Ha. Would it be right in assuming that you have no representation as of yet? Hence, lawyers shy away from any trial involving the Reaper, as I'm sure you know. But this is different. In my career, and all of the defendants I've prosecuted, only 19 have ever been acquitted. Of them, 16 subsequently died in mysterious circumstances. Questions will be asked now. Surely not. I assure you, no defense lawyer will want to touch me with the end of the barge pole. But you didn't actually have anything to do with those people's deaths, did you? It's been 10 years now that I have been known as the Reaper of the Bailey. Believe me, nobody wants to know the true identity of this killer more than I. However, it seems things may come to a head before I have the chance to uncover the truth about it. What does he mean by that? But think of it this way. If we get you off the charges, then the Reaper's going to come after you, and you'll definitely find out who it is now. Let's be real. Probably the most awkward writing imaginable. It's Hairbrain. Please present the newspaper. Before now...
At first you had my curiosity, but now you have my erection.
There's Balroth. I'll do it now. It's not from me. That's not why I was showing it to you. I suppose if it was a black-headed league, then you have no hesitation. None whatsoever. Sadly, my own hair has could no more be described as black as it could red. What color league should I join then? The gray-haired league? People are troubled by the most unexpected problems at times. Okay, that's funny. That's good. Rose in prison, and the first thing he's worried about is his hair color. After the trial, Professor Harebrain was supposed to go straight back to Germany, I thought. It's a letter to inform me of his safe arrival at home. I arranged his passage by sea and rail. It's a relief, I must say. He should now be beyond the reach of the Reaper. Because the Reaper doesn't follow people abroad, you mean? Yes, so it seems. Your astute little Nipponese friend is, for example. You told me that he was keeping well in Japan when I inquired the other day. Yes, that's right. He's an author now, happily working in Tokyo. So Professor Harebrain is safely back in Germany now. He is. Who's gonna get Gina to France now? Gregson's dead. So, it appears our conversation has run dry. There was a 2-second, silence, that's all. In any event, if you'll excuse me now, I wouldn't like to detain you. I was wondering, Lord Von Zieks, if you'd like, I'd be happy to advocate for you. You trust me, do you? Yes. I've heard you speak many times in court. I've seen how you treat people. So I'm quite sure that you would never have taken another's life. It's just... My feelings can't be used as evidence in court of law, sadly. It's a very gracious offer, however. I trust no one. You trusted us to get Hairbrain off the hook. What? Not the police, not the judiciary, not you Nipponese. But please. I have no intention of engaging your services. Chasm between us is just too wide and too deep, it seems. I'd appreciate if you didn't visit again. And neither of us will waste any more time. Burp, burp. You think he can't get you off? I'm sure he could. I saw a comic of Inosuke reached his hand through the bars and thought out loud, wow, Lord Von Zieks' boobs are really nice. Perhaps we need to dig a little deeper and find out more about Lord Von Zieks and what happened to Inspector Gregson. I hope we can get more stuff done because we're close to the end here. And by that I mean 30 minutes-ish left. Hey, yo! This really is an out-of-the-way part of London, and I doubt many people find their way down the back street. So this dust-ridden, rented old room is where it happened, then. This is the end? Okay. So this is where poor Inspector Gregson lost his life. Yes. And the police are already hard at work investigating, it seems. I don't see Mr. Sholmes anywhere, though. Perhaps his investigations have taken him elsewhere. Oi! What do you think you're doing there? And one of them drawers has got to be taken right out so you can look underneath them all. I want the space above that ceiling checked. Don't forget to look inside the chimney stack, too. Blimey, ain't you lot never gone over a house looking for dough when the owners are out in town? She has obviously got some unique investigative techniques she wants everyone to adopt. Hi, Gina. Ah, so you turned up at last, mind you. I ain't been here long myself. Hello again, Gina. Sholmes is only just left. You're lucky he missed you. He went pacing around in here, pointing at stuff and flicking and flicking that at of his end. Whoa. Just scrappered. That ruined my brain. Ha! Oh, he just finished his investigation already, you mean? Yeah. They didn't stop to say nothing to no one. Not even me. Gina, would you mind if we investigated too? Listen, Odo. You're a lawyer, right? Yeah? Why? Well, you're not thinking of trying to help that Reaper bloke, are you? Oh, poor Gina. She's never gonna forget, is she? That trial won't haunt her forever. Gina, if you don't mind me saying, if Lord Von Zieks really is responsible for this crime, he will be duly and fairly judged in court. I suppose you're right, yeah? Go on then, Odo. Get investigating. I want to know the truth about what really happened here. Thank you, Gina. Proud of you. Proud of you, Gina. I just say actually killed Gina in the next case. Oh god, if they did, then I would hate this game and I would never complete the next case. An empty fireplace makes room look even colder, doesn't it? It's thick with dust. Look, I think it would be fair to say it hadn't been used in a very long time. In other words, whoever lived in this room must have been extremely hardy in cold weather. Or nobody lived in here at all, and merely visited when the occasion arose. I wouldn't like to say which is more likely. No, that's right. It's one or the other. Oh, it's a photograph stand. I suppose this must be a picture of one of Inspector Gregson's family members? What? What's the matter? Ah, shit! Hold on. What's the matter? Your eyes look like they're about to pop out of your head. Look there, Mr. Naruto, quickly! Why do I feel like this woman is familiar somehow? Is Mr. Vigil involved in this? Did he kill a guy? Did I make Gregson's death obvious? I was flabbergasted. What are you talking about? Would make it obvious if Gina died. Same for me if Balrog did. No, you're not. No, but you're not down bad for Gregson. That's true. If Gina was had been murdered, and since you like Gina a lot, there probably would have been some signs. Of course she's familiar. We met her only this morning. Ah, it's Miss Vigil. This makes no sense. Why would there be a picture of Miss Vigil here? That's a good question. To be frank, I don't think I've ever been more stumped. I'm sorry to say, I've rather no idea either. Okay. Just a picture. I once had a dream where Balrog died. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. This looks like some sort of notice board or something. It's obviously covered in scraps of paper. Ah, Mr. Naruto, look! You mean, it's an autopsy report, isn't it? There are case notes here, and details of prison inmates. In fact, they're all of the sort of document that only a detective would normally acquire. What on earth went on in this room? Some old newspaper cuttings, and here, this one! Oh, yes, the advertisement. You mean the Red-Headed League. But why? What's that doing here? Whoever occupied this room was clearly interested in it for some reason. Somebody's very haphazardly nailed those boards over the broken glass, haven't they? And you couldn't even really call it a window anymore. Blah. It's been a children. Well, if you remember the window in Mr. Natsume's room, this was totally blocked up by bricks. This one does at least still. You could say nothing more about that. I'm starting to feel even more sorry for Mr. Natsume now. Top of one of the candles on this candle holder has been completely blown off. There was wax splattered on the wall behind it. Look, I suppose if a bullet had hit it. It does seem likely that the bullet hit the candle, having first passed through the inspector's body. Now that the wax on the wall looks like blood to me. A candelabra has been entered into the court record. There's some black marks here, look! Ah, yes, that looks like some sort of scorch marks. So perhaps the bullet struck the candle here, do you think? It's only this one candle that has been cracked in half, it seems. I think you might be right. Firearms are rarely used by criminals in Japan, so I'm afraid I'm not particularly knowledgeable of them. I forgot that one. What? Ever since we came in here, I can't take my eyes off this thing. Oh, funnily enough, neither can I. It's a hairpiece, isn't it? It is. It is! A bright red hairpiece. I suppose the fact that it's right here next to where the body was found means that we have to accept that Inspector Gregson wore wigs, does it? And in such a flame-colored red, too. Yeah, that's a color we've come across very recently elsewhere, isn't it? Exactly. This is a vital clue, I'm sure of it. I don't think this belonged to Gregson. I think this might have belonged to his actual assailant. I've always wondered what the underside of a hairpiece looks like. It doesn't surprise me at all, Mr. Naruto. You always wanted to see what lies beneath, don't you? I'm not sure that's quite how I put it. Yeah, you must have to use a lot of bird lime to keep it in place on your head, so it doesn't get blown off in a gust of wind. I mean, it might be a little inconvenient when you wanted to take it off again, don't you think? I want to snap you half. What did you do? So I suppose this is where the victim... That's right. The rope is laid around the body to show exactly how it was found. Or Inspector Gregson himself has already been taken away. Yeah, it would probably be under Dr. Scythe's scalpel by now, if not for what happened last week. In the shape of the ropes, it would appear that the inspector was curled up in a ball. Sorry. I'm yawning a lot all of a sudden. Are you feeling alright, Mr. Naruto? You look as though you've seen a ghost. I know it's just rope, but, well, it conjures up quite the terrifying image, that's all. As someone who wore a cosplay wig once, I glued it to my head. Oh no. Especially with that bloodstain next to it. Oh, I do understand. In some ways, what we picture in our mind can only be worse than reality. Damn, man, stop it. Susato is so strong, though. She's taking this far better than I am. Okay. Gun. That's presumably the murder weapon, then. Oh my! Is it real, I suppose? I think so? Guns are so rare in Japan. I really know very little about them. There's only one way to know for sure, Mr. Naruto. Fire off a shot! No, no, no! If I did that, I'd be looking for a skilled lawyer to represent me in court. Slightly safer, just to ask someone who might know, I think. Killer's revolver has been entered into the court record. So many things. Suppose this must have been the murder weapon. It's real, I suppose. I think so. The gun there. Hey, chat. I'm gonna look down the barrel really quick. Don't blink. Don't blink, chat. Don't blink. Did you blink? Bang! Oh, what's this? I appear to be a little model policeman. It's rather charming, isn't it, in a way? Seeing it on the floor here, do you think it belonged to Inspector Gregson? It's a little hard to imagine Lord Von Zeke's playing with something like this. It's only about 8 centimeters tall. Yeah, it could have fallen out of someone's pocket, I suppose. I think we should record this as evidence, just in case. It's a toy you bought for Gina. No! Yes, I agree. It's rather delightful, after all, in a way. Whee! Element of the charming policeman appears to be a little worse for wear. I'm not convinced that the charming part, but yes, you're right. The head part looks like it's been fairly heavily manhandled. Almost as if somebody enjoyed twisting it around and around for fun. Shall we try twisting it around and around too? For fun? What's that? It appears to be some sort of key. But it's tiny though. It couldn't be a key to a door, not at that size. So what's it for, I wonder? It's got a key shaft that pops out the base. It's a gun! It looks like some sort of key. Yes, it does. A very tiny and simple key. It's a little key doing in a figurine of a policeman in the first place. And what's it for? Excuse me. If you're looking down on us from the great beyond, Inspector, don't worry. We'll look after the things at the yard. I've interrupted some deep thoughts there. Gina. Oh, what was Inspector Gregson doing here in the first place? That's what I want to know. It's what, half a year since I got out of the clink? That's when I decided to give up on diving and become a detective instead. Yeah, Mr. Sholmes twisted the inspector's arm to agree to take you as an apprentice, didn't he? Something like that, I think. Anyway, the point is, I didn't really know much about the boss till then. It turns out he's a bit of a legend at the yard. Goodness, really? They say he managed to solve some really tricky case, just like that. Did? Yup. Ever since then, he started going out on all sorts of investigations, but always on his own. No one else at the yard even knows what half his cases he's working on are, apparently. That's not how it's supposed to work, is it? So what was the legendary inspector doing in a dingy little room like this? I know he had a lot of respect for the Reaper and all, and it looks, look where it landed him. Respect for the Reaper? In what way? I heard him say as much. I'd take my hat off to that fella. Were his words. Not how the general public feels, is it? Most people are terrified of the Reaper. Yeah. Boss said that's exactly why he respected him, the bloke. You realize Gregson held the Reaper in such high regard. He said nothing else to me at all. And I didn't need to worry about the Reaper because he only goes after people what are bad. It did kind of set my mind at ease when he said that. Right. What is this place then? Does anyone live here? Apparently it's been rented by some cove called Hugh Bone. Hugh Bone? Some sort of here today, gone tomorrow name. That isn't it? Ah! Hold on, quick second. I just gotta take care of getting into my work system. He's what you call an unidentified person. We haven't been able to get in touch with him. I see. Well, judging from appearances... I'd have to say this place hasn't been lived in for a long time, if ever. Right? All the lads from the yard piled down to get stuck into the investigation. There's so little here, no one knows what to do with themselves. I do wonder. Yes, Mr. Sato? Now, could it be that this Hugh Bone is in fact Inspector Gregson himself? What? How could that be? Brock's beloved Doka Shadow and Balrog? What? Well, if he was investigating on his own, it's quite possible that this was in fact some kind of secret office of his. I never even considered that. Nice work, Zeus. We're actually following a line of inquiry like that ourselves. You are? If you look around the room, you'll see there are a few things that hint at it. I should really investigate the place in detail. Already did. Chosen names, not my online one. Ah. I see that's where the poor inspector was found over there. Yeah, that's right. They said it was a single bullet what hit him. Apparently the bullet went right through him and struck the candle tree on the wall. Oh yeah, it's blown out one of the candles apparently completely. And the gun used is there on the floor. It's the Reaper's, isn't it? Don't deny that. What? Really? How do you know that? Take it easy. I don't know what to do with myself when you stare at me with those big white eyes. I'm only saying what I heard. I don't know much about guns myself. But there's some bigwig lawman or whatever who said so. So why don't you ask him? Bigwig lawman, is it? Anyway, Fresno Street's running along under that window there. There's some street sellers just outside who heard the gunshot. Oh, but I don't recall seeing anybody outside. They've all been taken down to the yard for questioning, that's it. Yuri! I know I just got here, but guilty. Case closed. Done. Alright, throw Balrog into the gallows. Sorry, Balroth. Your boyfriend's gotta die. He done did the murder. We're talking about the yard's legendary inspector here, after all. They'll be getting the grilling. Do you think we might be able to speak with those street sellers ourselves? I doubt it. Lads at the yard will try. Will just want to know what you're snooping for, and you'll be up for a grilling and all. So we can't interview the witnesses then. Shame. Man, it's almost like we should be allowed to interview the witnesses, but then again, we're not officially representing Balrog yet, so. Ain't done nothing wrong! Ain't never done nothing, officer! Oh, what'd I miss? Is it these? Is it that? Is it the floorboards? It's him. Excuse me. Sorry, sir. Can't see a thing, sir. Too many tears, sir. Right. Perhaps I'd better leave you to your work then. Wait, what else did I miss? Is it the other policeman? Excuse me. Oh, Inspector. Oh, sir. Poor man. He can't possibly be able to focus on investigating when he's so upset. What the fuck? Back to the name combo. The radiator's not important. Looked at that, I looked at that, I talked to him. What am I missing? I thought I was about to be done. Am I missing something? Or something out. What happened, Heavy? No, not exactly. Check the candelabra in your evidence? I thought I did. Did something change? I mean, I already inspected that part. So, nothing of use in my evidence. What did I miss? Maybe... Oh, that business? Yep, Inspector Lestrade. As soon as that one buttoned up, I thought this was Mr. Sholmes who led that pair into a trap, wasn't it? Listen, Odo. It ain't easy going from East End diver to Scotland Yard detective, right? But anyway, it's all part of the charm, isn't it? Being a bit loose with the truth when it helps. That's wrong on so many reasons. Maybe. I should get Iris to write stories about me. The Adventures of Inspector Lestrade. Maybe? You said that was the last place, and I believed you. And look what you got me. Nothing. You've made good time. I took an express back to London. I can hear Lord Strongheart, can you? Yes. It sounds as though he's talking to someone. Hi, Kazuma. You're dual-wielding now, huh? Is everything in place? I had a private compartment on the train so I could check all the paperwork. He is going to be the fucking prosecuting attorney, isn't he? It's Kazuma-sama. Ah, your timing is impeccable. It is? No doubt you've heard the sickening news about the Reaper's latest devilry. Yes. I'm sure you don't believe it, of course, though, Lord Strongheart. That Lord Von Zieks could have done such a thing to Inspector Gregson? Ah, shit. I believe in the facts. And the facts in this case point to one thing. The unavoidable accusal of Lord Von Zieks for this crime. I must bring charges against the Reaper for taking the life of our legendary detective. No, surely not. It's a truly regrettable situation. Tomorrow the Forensic Science Symposium finally begins. At the very least, though, we can show the world our justice system's swift and equitable processes. So does that mean the trial is tomorrow? Precisely. In fact, it's a fine opportunity for introductions. Kazuma. Ah, but of course, you're already acquainted, aren't you? Mr. Asogi will be present at tomorrow's proceedings, leading the prosecution. Our boyfriend. Our boyfriend is our enemy. What? Kazuma? As I'm sure you're aware, he's a very capable practitioner of law. Kazuma-sama, a prosecutor? He got hit so hard in the head that he forgot himself and then came back and thought he was Edgeworth. I'm sure you can imagine tomorrow's trial will be closely followed by all over London. In fact, no. People all over the Empire will be watching closely to see how it unfolds. There's no salvation for anyone in a trial prosecuted by the Reaper of the Bailey. And now, Reaper himself must stand on the dock. Quite so. The public wants answers about the Reaper. Answers about how and why those who escaped conviction subsequently died mysterious deaths. But Lord Von Zieks firmly denies any involvement in such matters. There have been thorough investigations that have proven him to be innocent. That's certainly true, or it has been at least until now. No, tomorrow's trial will mark the start of a new chapter in our country's great judicial history. So Kazuma will be prosecuting tomorrow. That's right. But he's a defense lawyer, Lord Strongheart. Accomplished young law practitioners cannot pick and choose their roles. I imagine what it will mean for the prosecution to know the strategies commonly employed by the defense. A devastating combination, wouldn't you agree? Absolutely. I have no doubt at all that Kazuma will be razor sharp as prosecutor. But why, Kazuma-sama? There are surely many other highly skilled prosecutors in Great Britain. It was a personal request. I asked to be assigned to the trial. You asked for this? But why? It'll all become clear tomorrow. I'm guessing you intend to stand for the defense, don't you? Although, the Reaper appears to be turning down all offers of representation. I'm surprised such a personal request would have been upheld. It seems unprecedented. Quite exceptional, in fact. You're quite right, Miss Mikotoba. Tomorrow's trial will be an unprecedented and exceptional in every way. After all, the accused is one of Britain's greatest prosecutors, the pride of the Empire. It would be unwise to give the public a reason to perceive it as the judiciary closing ranks. So that's why you're happy to let a foreigner handle the prosecution. Ryunosuke, let's see how your skills have been honed after practicing law in this land for so many months. Give me back my sword. Kazuma, I understand why you're being so hostile to me now. This isn't gonna end well, my friend. We're broken up. He doesn't love me anymore. I don't know why I went back. The killer's gun. Oh yes, we noticed there was a gun at the scene of Inspector Gregson's death. Do you know if it belongs to Lord Von Zieks? That would be a question for the lead detective investigating the scene. Well, the thing is, she wasn't sure, so she told me I should ask somebody higher up that might know. That's right, Mr. Naruhodo, be direct. It's certainly a model that's issued to all personnel involved in law enforcement, yes, which includes prosecutors, as I'm sure you can imagine. Prosecutors get guns? What do you mean? In that case, it could actually have belonged to the victim. No, Gregson had his gun on his person. What about Lord Von Zieks? He claims it's currently not in his possession. What? According to his story, he lost it. In short, it's more than a little suspicious. But just because the gun in question is the same type as the defendant's is no proof that it's actually his. No, of course not. Nevertheless, the situation is grave for Lord Von Zieks. I'm gonna have to just, like, fucking stop soon if we don't get to a portion of, like... Here, show you this. I mean, I guess I gotta go back to... Damn it. Well, I'm gonna see if coming back here is the right move. Nope. Can you give a slight hint on what I need to do? and do our bit with you next time? Okay. Ah. Why couldn't he have just been a conversation? Sorry for all the worry I've caused you, but it'll be alright now. Is your memory completely returned? Yes, completely. I remember everything. Including what I was coming here to do. Right. Kazuma-sama, I can't tell you how happy I am to see you alive and well like this. But how did you come to be here in London when you were suffering from amnesia? It was the voice. This past year, I've been hearing it in my head constantly, saying the same thing over and over. Go to London. That's where your destiny awaits. It was that voice that guided me here to London. I'm so sorry for what happened. Do you think K-topped, or did they switch? It was his persona? I don't know. Anyway, my memory might have returned to me. There's something that won't return to the way it was before. Huh? What do you mean? I'm a prosecutor now, so I'm sure our paths will cross again very soon. It doesn't look like we're going to glean much more here. Well, thank you for your very much, Lord Strongheart. Remember, tomorrow's trial will go down in our Empire's history. There's much you could learn from the public gallery. Sorry to have taken up so much of your time. We'll see ourselves out.
Hold it!
No, fuck you. You get out of here, Kazuma. I don't like you anymore. Before you go, Ryunosuke. No, what is it, Kazuma? I just wanted to thank you. Kazuma-sama? What? You took my determination to heart and brought it with you over the ocean in my stead. And you carried out my role to perfection. Always were intent on studying British law in order to change our own justice system. It was your dream, and Mr. Naruhodo didn't want that to die with you. Yes. Well, I had another purpose for coming here. Oh. I actually have a favor to ask. Which is? This trial I will be prosecuting tomorrow. I'd like you to be there to see how it ends. Right in front of me. As the defense counsel. I'm trying my best here. Bot got caught. Why? What is this all about? I know that you have what it takes. But Lord Von Zieks would never put his fate in my hands. On the contrary, he recognizes your talent. He does? It's not easy to see behind the facade sometimes. Here, have a look at this. Ah, it's his brother. That's Lord Von Zieks and Inspector Gregson. A photograph that must have been taken some time ago by the looks of it. Who's this third person? My brother Kent. Yeah, it was displayed very prominently in the detective's office. It's in Gregson's office. Gregson's office, you mean? Yes. What I'm trying to say is, if you really think you can trust the Reaper, you might find some straight talking. You might find some straight talking makes him take a different view. Take it. There you got the photograph. I don't understand. Why are you giving me this? Just hurry, Ryunosuke. Visiting hours at the prison are almost over. What are you doing, Kazuma? What are your motives here, Kazuma? My once boyfriend, now just angry friend? Lord Von Zieks is still reading that letter. We've gone quite some time though. We've been gone quite some time. Fuck it. Either he's incredibly slow reader, or it's incredibly long letter. I'd even be able to read English faster than he can. I was intending to ignore you entirely. But I can't turn a deaf ear to such insulting Nipponese. Sorry. I didn't think you'd hear that. I had the case notes brought to me in secret. I was reading them to pass the time. Ah, shit. Yes, we hear that your trial is set for tomorrow. Which is none of your business. So, have you found a lawyer? How many times must I reiterate the same thing? This has nothing to do with you. You want to get his attention? Just slander him. There you go. In other words, no. We were just talking to Lord Strongheart, and the prosecutor for your trial has been decided. I expected nothing less, though I have no idea who it is. It's going to be Kazuma Asugi. Asugi? I made the color drain from his face. He has color on his face? Well then. It seems that I'm going to have to engage in a conversation with you again after all. Yeah, but first, I would like you to take a look at this photograph. Every time I look at it, it makes me laugh. Lord von Zeeks! Who came by this old photograph? Where did you get that? He didn't have much to begin with. Exactly. He's a very pale person. It was taken when I became a qualified prosecutor. It's almost unbelievable. I assumed it was long lost. Is the man on the left there? Yes, that's my brother, Clint. It shows his brother. It had to be, really. I mean, they look almost exactly the same. Apparently, this picture was prominently displayed in Gregson's office. He had a deep respect for you, you know. Were you aware of that? Respect? That's nonsense. No, we've heard someone attest to it very clearly. Inspector Gina Lestrade, no less. Well, maybe once, yes. But there was a time things were like that. We were brothers in arms, jovially discussing the future of justice and other such lofty subject matter. That was a nice glimpse of the past. I thank you. I feel as though I got a nice glimpse of the past then, too. There was a glimmer of light in his eyes, a brief twinkle. An insight into the true nature of this man, known to all as the stone-cold Reaper of the Bailey. 10 years ago, my brother, who was the director of the prosecution at the time, was murdered. And the killer, as you know, was a visiting student from the Far East. Not a single day goes by when I don't curse the name Asugi. Genshin Asugi was Kazuma-sama's father. What a cool twist of fate it is, now, 10 years later. Man's son is to crucify me in some kangaroo court. I still don't understand why Lord Strongheart apprenticed Kazuma to you. That's what he does. No doubt he knew the young man's true identity from the outset. But what could he have been hoping to achieve? And let's not forget that it was only 8 days ago that Kazuma recovered from his amnesia. What would Lord Strongheart assign this trial to somebody like that? Asugi. That name is the very epitome of my bane. The bane that is you Nipponese. Alright, and your hatred for all of us Japanese. I'd only just been appointed as prosecutor when it happened 10 years ago. My brother Clint, the director of prosecutions, was hunting down a mass murderer, the so-called professor. Assigned to the investigation was his partner. It was a certain visiting student dispatched from Scotland Yard. That was Genshin Asugi. Exactly. I developed a deep respect for the man. He seemed noble-minded and chivalrous to the extreme to me, but none of us saw the true nature of the man. So I lost everything when it happened. My esteemed brother, the people I believed in, and any semblance of right prevailing over wrong. Oh, how awful. To avenge my brother, I prosecuted Inosuke's trial. It wouldn't ordinarily have been allowed, but I beleaguered the ascribed prosecutor until he consented. What do you mean by the ascribed prosecutor? The man in charge of the professor's case inquiry, Lord Mael Strongheart. Small world. Wait, what? Lord Strongheart? He was a highly accomplished prosecutor, but he agreed to relinquish the trial to me and act as my advisor instead. Since that time, he's the one person to whom I felt indebted. I'm sure he must have seen your zeal for the case and recognized your potential as a prosecutor. Anyway, time passed. And then earlier this year, who would arrive in London but you? And, of all things, as a lawyer. I felt your animosity the first time I ever faced you in the courtroom. Your obvious deep loathing of us Japanese. I kept telling myself it was illogical. But for so many years, that hatred had festered inside of me, I could no longer control it. I can understand why. Now I know the history. And in the same way, I have long felt that the Nipponese to be the bane in my life. To Kazuma Asuki, I am the bane of his, the Reaper who sent his father to the gallows. He's looking for revenge, and he intends to take it in the court tomorrow. If that's the case, he's using us as a means of stopping him. Gregson's transfer to the Paris Police Prefecture had finally been arranged for the coming month. He'll never make it to France now. It's a tragedy. Oh yes, come to think of it, he'd mentioned something about that, didn't he? I wonder, does it happen often? Being transferred internationally, I mean? It's the first time I've ever encountered it. Oh! Paris Police welcoming an English detective is almost inconceivable. This is why Kazuma X Barak is a very spicy dynamic. Yeah. I can't imagine what kind of magic Gregson must have worked to put that arrangement in place. You mean this photo of your brother Clint? It sounds like that mystery has even the Reaper perplexed. I'm afraid to say that we were very ignorant. Of Inspector Gregson's standing. We hear that he was considered something of a legend in Scotland Yard. Again, it was 10 years ago when he first made a name for himself, catching the Reaper, I suppose. And uncovering a decisive piece of evidence that exposed the professor's identity. Sorry, catching the professor. If it wasn't for Gregson's singular approach to the case, the discovery never would have been made. What sort of approach? After my brother's life was taken, the inspector pushed for a full autopsy. Oh my, 10 years ago? Why is that so surprising? Autopsy was considered a desecration of the body at that time, and rarely performed. My brother was, of course, a noble. That made the idea of it even more unthinkable. But something Gregson had dug up in his investigation made him determined it was necessary. His powerful conviction somehow influenced the House of Lords. As a result, I could avenge my brother's death. So, you must have great confidence in the inspector's abilities, then. It's even more inconceivable that you would have taken his life. Inspector Gregson. By the way, we found a gun, puts in his face. About the gun used to shoot the inspector that was found at the scene. Yes, it's not mine. Really, because the common opinion seems to be that it is. What do you expect me to say to that? Lord Strongheart informs us that you claim to have misplaced your firearm. As embarrassing as that is, I'm afraid that's true. When did you lose it, then? That's... I don't know. Oh. You're so baby girl. He's traumatized 33-year-old racist in his cell. I was issued with a revolver when I first became a prosecutor 10 years ago. I must have stowed it somewhere, I suppose. Or I left it somewhere, perhaps. You have something in common with Lord Von Zeke's, after all, Mr. Naruhodo. A talent for misplacing things. No, no, no. This has nothing to do with me. Don't drag me into it. Don't make the mistake of associating me with his Nipponese. Oh dear. The rift is very wide, isn't it? So it's not decisive evidence, clearly, but it doesn't look good, that's for sure. He prefers the shank of a very long blade. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, that's the first time he's ever used my actual name. I've lost all confidence in my country's justice system. I can't trust the police, the judiciary, or the lawyers. There's one thing I'm willing to believe in. What's that? That which you see in the eyes of another across the courtroom. A simple determination to know the truth. Lord Von Zeeks. And the very first time we clashed in the Bailey almost a year ago now, I couldn't deny it, even though I dearly wished I could. Here is a loathsome Nipponese who has absolute integrity as a lawyer. There were only two other men I've known with that same look in their eyes. My brother Clint and Genshin Asugi. The man he idolized and the man who betrayed his trust in the most hideous way. You showed me that photograph just now. It reminded me. You mean this photograph? Back then, I was able to laugh. I was free of the shackles of mistrust that plague me now. I look to the future with hope. Since then, I've protected myself against betrayal by refusing to trust anyone. But at times, the mire into which I sunk makes it almost impossible to breathe. I'm so sorry. So, Mr. Naruhodo, I want to believe in that look in your eyes. I need to believe in it. In tomorrow's trial, will you advocate for me? Of course I will. It would be an honor. I'm so pleased, Mr. Naruhodo. And my life is in your hands. We did it! We're gonna represent the boy! For Lord Von Zeeks, this must have been an incredibly hard thing to ask. Which is why I simply cannot let the man down. Tomorrow in the Old Bailey, against my old friend Kazuma. To be continued. There it is. Oh! It was a long walk to get there. I'm excited. I mean, I had a feeling we would eventually be representing him in court. Phrasing, Balroth, phrasing. Come on. Only after court. Then we can get him off like that in the court. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end things here. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I will say this: there will not be a stream. There may not be a stream on Monday. If there is a stream on Monday, it's going to be very early in the morning instead of all day, because my sister is getting married on Monday, and I have to officiate. So I'm going to be a little busy next Monday. But yeah, so right now we're going to go ahead and get you guys on over to whoever else may be streaming at the time. Congrats. Thanks. It's going to be weird. Let's see who's streaming. Tree is going. Yeah. Just get you guys on over Tria. Thanks. I'll make sure to pass that along to her. But yeah, we're gonna get you guys on over to Tria. Looks like she's doing some more Mario Brothers soup. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much for coming out. Goodbye. So long. Farewell. Get off of my ship. Bye bye, watchers.